Space held such hope for humanity. A fresh start. A chance for old grievances to wither and die. Quantum gate networks let humanity push deeper and deeper into space. Countless planets were colonized. Governed by the Earth Empire, humanity entered a golden age of peace and prosperity. The pace quickened. A human brain was successfully joined with an artificial intelligence by Dr. Gustav Brackmann. The symbionts were born. Eventually, humanity's more base instincts took hold, and the thread began to unravel. The symbionts demanded independence. The Earth Empire's response was a secret loyalty program that pacified anyone with an AI implant. Dr. Brackmann fled with his closest symbionts and created the Cybran Nation. They would fight for their freedom. An alien race called the Seraphim was discovered by human colonists. The Seraphim introduced the settlers to something called the Way. But despite those peaceful overtures, the aliens were attacked by xenophobic soldiers. Soon, the Seraphim were no more. The Aeon Illuminate formed from the ashes. They would spread the Way and cleanse the galaxy of non-believers. The Earth Empire collapsed. The galaxy fell into darkness and chaos. From the ruins rose the United Earth Federation, an old idea made new. Unite the galaxy and restore order, no matter the cost. The technology of destruction surged ahead. The armored command unit made killing efficient. An army could be created anywhere, at any time. The infinite war has raged for 1,000 years. Billions of lives have been lost. But now the actors are assembled. The final act is about to begin. It is time for the infinite war to end.
Your Armor Command Unit's ACU visual interface allows you to see the entire theater of war. By scrolling your mouse wheel on your heads-up display, HUD, you can zoom in on any part of the map. The display zooms in under your cursor. You can also zoom out to see the entire theater of war. When zoomed out, the visual appearance of units and buildings will change to strategic icons. You can still select units and buildings and give them any orders you can give them while zoomed in. This is a significant strategic advantage that you should use to full effect. When zoomed in, you can move your HUD visual window in many ways, including with the arrow keys: left, right, up, and down. Your relative viewpoint on the theater of war is displayed via the indicator box in the mini-map. The command interface mouse buttons are used to select your units and order them to carry out various actions. Your left mouse button is used to select one or more units. Your right mouse button is used to order selected units and factories into action. To select a single unit or factory, point to the unit in your HUD and left-click. To select a group of units, hold down the left mouse button and draw a box around the desired units. The HUD will then report the number and type of units you have selected. To select all units of a certain type within your view window, double-click one of the units. Note that double-clicking a unit when zoomed all the way out selects all of the units of that type in the theater of war. Once you have selected units or factories, right-click to issue orders. The orders you can give depend on the unit and the situation. The easiest example is a basic move order. Select a unit and then right-click the destination for that unit. The orders you give depend on the context of the unit and situation. If you select a unit and then right-click on a friendly unit, the default order will be the guard command. The default right-click action on a hostile unit would be the attack command. Engineers have different abilities. Their default right-click actions will differ from other units. The style of the cursor indicates the action that will be taken on a right-click and corresponds to the command interface area of your HUD. All actions that a unit or group of units can take is also available through your command interface. Left-click a unit, then left-click the desired command, and finally, left-click the destination location or destination object within the HUD view. Remember what you learned at the Academy. Left-click selection, right-click action. Your early build orders should balance the need to gather resources with the need to create units, factories, and base defenses. The location of mass extraction areas is marked in your HUD by a box with a green X inside of it. A good early build strategy is the following. Build 2 to 3 mass extractors, 2 to 3 power generators, then build your first factory, such as a land factory. From there, you can continue to build up your resource infrastructure with your ACU's superior build speed, or with engineers that you produce from your factories. As you build up the offensive capability and defensive structure of your base, it is a good idea to always be mindful of resources. Engineers should constantly be building the most advanced energy and mass production structures available to you. To create a queue of build commands for your ACU or any other engineering units, hold down the Shift key while using build commands. In this example, we have ordered the ACU to build 3 mass extractors, followed by 3 power generators and an aircraft factory. As the orders are issued, the list of structures to be built is displayed in your HUD. You can review the build orders and build locations of any engineer or your ACU by selecting that unit and holding down the Shift key. You can also see where the units will be placed by pressing the Shift key. It is possible to remove units from the build queue. In this example, we'll remove one of the power generators that is scheduled to be built before the air factory. Now the air factory will be constructed sooner. You can quick build many of the same structures by using your Shift key and dragging your mouse across the HUD. For example, you can quickly issue wall building orders or quickly order several power generators to be built in a row. Almost all units within the theater of war, including factories, have orders that can be issued through the unit command interface. This tank shows the 5 basic orders that most units share: move, attack, patrol, stop, and assist. You issue orders via the unit command interface by left-clicking the unit, the order, and the destination or target of the order. You can issue orders by right-clicking in most situations as well. Select an engineer and you will see several other commands. The attack command is not visible since engineers cannot attack. The 4 engineer-related commands are reclaim, capture, repair, and pause. Engineers can reclaim natural resources such as trees and mineral formations, and can capture enemy units or structures. They can also repair damaged units, including themselves, and pause while they are building a structure or queue of structures. More on pause momentarily. Specialty and advanced units may have other unit commands available to them. Your ACU is a good example. The commander has a full upgrade system available as well as the overcharge attack capability. Understanding these unit commands is a key to victory. Each of the unit commands has a keystroke shortcut that will save you time, such as A for the attack command. Remember also that most commands can be issued to a unit or group of units through the right-click interface. The command cursor shows you the command that will be issued if you right-click. Let's examine the basic commands. The move and attack commands are self-explanatory. To issue a patrol command, click the patrol command icon and the location to which the unit should patrol. To issue a multi-point patrol command, for example, to patrol the perimeter of your base, hold down the Shift key while setting patrol points. An engineer will repair units and reclaim resources that it finds on its patrol route. The stop command will order your units to stop and clear any queued commands. The stop command also clears the build queue of an engineer or a factory. This can be helpful when your tactical situation calls for a quick change in build strategies. The assist command is very helpful. When one engineer is ordered to assist another, it will essentially double the building power of the assisted engineers. There is no limit on how many engineers you can order to assist. An assist command given to a combat unit is equivalent to a guard command. For example, ordering an air defense unit to assist your ACU will provide you with air protection. Remember that the Shift key works in combination with all commands to form a string or queue of commands. For example, if you want a combat unit to avoid enemy defenses while moving to a specific location, hold the Shift key while issuing multiple move commands. Many units feature the pause button. This is particularly important for engineers, factories, and any unit that requires a lot of energy to operate or fire. For example, by pausing this factory, its build orders are put on hold, and it stops consuming energy. You resume building by pressing pause again. You can pause all factories by selecting them and then pressing pause. The Unit Build Options interface area of your HUD is activated when you select your commander suit, any engineer, a factory, or an upgradable building or unit. It has two major visual interface areas, showing you your build options on top and any build queue at the bottom. First, let's examine how to order units from a Tech 1 factory. To construct a unit, click on the appropriate factory and then left-click on the unit icon to begin construction. Shift-click will order 5 of those units to be built, while Alt-click will order 500. As you order units to be built, they are added to the unit build queue at the bottom. If you have alternate unit build orders, the queue will reflect those orders. You can add to units in the queue by left-clicking on the appropriate unit icon in the build queue. Similarly, you can remove units from the build queue by right-clicking on the icon in the queue. You can stop all building and remove all units from the queue with the stop command. Building structures with your ACU or engineer works in a similar fashion, but you must designate where the structure should be built. Press Shift to build multiple buildings. You can remove structures from your ACU or engineer's build queue, but you can only add structures to the build queue by using the Shift key. This will add the new structure at the end of the build queue. Engineers and factories each have 4 levels: Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3, and a 4th specialty or experimental level. Here we have a Tech 1, 2, and 3 factory, and a Tech 1, 2, and 3 engineer. By default, the unit build options that are displayed reflect the tech level of the specific engineer or factory, but it is important to note that a Tech 3 engineer or factory can also produce Tech 1 and 2 units. You access the different tech levels using the selection icons at the left side of the build options interface. Your build queue can contain items from any tech level. A Tech 3 engineer can also access the specialty build section just below the Tech 3 icon. Your ACU has a specialty build menu of its own, which is covered in more detail in other archival entries. Let's review the key elements of your ACU's heads-up display, HUD. The main tactical and strategic view area occupies the center of your HUD. Depending on your viewpoint, this view area provides either a tactical view of units within a sector or a strategic view of the theater of war. The Unit Command interface provides a visual display of all commands for a selected unit or group of units. If you select an engineer, a factory, or your ACU, the Build Options interface and Build Queue display will become active. The minimap has the same function as your main display. Zoom in or zoom out also works in the minimap. The area your main view screen is currently centered on is highlighted by the red box in the minimap. You can switch between various special military, economic, intel, and other view highlights using the controls around the minimap. At the top of your HUD, you'll find economic indicators that give you the production and consumption status of your 2 primary resources, energy and mass. These indicators have various display options for you to choose between. At the top center of your screen are additional command options for communication, diplomacy, and other important options. On the right side of your main HUD view area are locator icons for your commander, available engineers, and other important units. Right-click the icons to locate and navigate to those units. Each of your 3 types of factories, land, air, and naval, produce units of varied types and provide you with the combination of offensive and defensive capabilities you need to execute your strategies. Each technology level of the factories adds more firepower to your arsenal. Tech 1 land units include a light scout vehicle, mobile artillery, anti-air, fast attack bots, and medium tanks. Scout your enemy early and often with the fast and agile scout vehicle. It is a good idea to create anti-air early to prevent losses from enemy bombers. The balance of the combat units at Tech 1 provides excellent offensive and defense against other land-based units. At Tech 2, considerable firepower is made available to you. The mobile missile launcher and heavy tank are both effective at range against any land-based unit or structure. The amphibious tank can travel across both water and land to strike your enemy from unexpected quarters. The mobile anti-air flak artillery is key to base defense against advanced air units and will also provide air cover for your expeditionary force. Finally, the mobile shield generator is a unique defensive unit for your base and frontline forces. At Tech 3, 2 incredibly powerful units are introduced, the Siege Bot and the Mobile Artillery. These are 2 of the most powerful conventional units available to you. The Siege Bot is fast-moving and capable of firing powerful missiles on the move at any land-based unit or structure. It is a commander killer. While not as mobile, the artillery unit can strike at your enemy from long range and delivers a devastating blow. The Tech 1 air units, immediately available from your air factory, provide you with power capabilities in your struggle. They are the Light Air Scout, the Interceptor, the Attack Bomber, and the Light Transport. Like its land counterpart, the Air Scout is fast and maneuverable, and features an extended sight range. It has obvious advantages for scouting over any type of terrain. The Interceptor provides excellent base defense against bombers, especially with set to patrol your base perimeter. It has air-to-air combat capability. The Attack Bomber is an effective and potentially devastating offensive weapon. You can catch your opponent napping early in the conflict if no base air defenses have been created. Bombers are also very effective against attack forces, especially those with no anti-air units in the convoy. Air transports give you the ability to quickly move combat units, engineers, and your ACU to a crucial battle, construction zone, or out of danger. They're also equipped with air-to-ground weaponry and can be devastating gunships when loaded with combat units, which fire from the transport's sides. Tech 2 Air adds a higher capacity transport, a torpedo bomber for attacking any unit in the water, and a gunship. Gunships are powerful air-to-ground attack weapons and one of the most destructive units available. At Tech 3, you can order the spy plane and far more powerful versions of the T-1 units. The Air Superiority Fighter, Strategic Bomber, and the Heavy Gunship. The spy plane is a hyperspeed version of the Air Scout and features extremely long-angle vision. Like the land and air factories, your naval factory creates Tech 1, 2, and 3 units with a wide variety of capabilities. At the Tech 1 level, your naval factory can construct the frigate and the submarine. The frigate is a fast and flexible naval unit with both ship-to-ship and ship-to-shore weaponry, as well as anti-air capability. It is ideal for mobile defense of your capital ships, your naval base, and the seaward approaches to your land bases. The Tech 1 submarine can hunt any naval target, including floating and subsurface structures. At the Tech 2 level, your naval factory produces powerful additions to your fleet. The destroyer, packs significant ship-to-ship and ship-to-shore firepower, and offers excellent anti-sub capability if backed up with sonar. The cruiser has both a powerful howitzer-type gun for ship and shore capability and sea-launched medium-range missiles. At the Tech 3 level, you can produce naval units that will be difficult for your opponent to counter. The battleship is a floating island of death and features long-range howitzers, multiple anti-air weapon banks, side-mounted torpedo launchers, and more. The strategic missile submarine lets you unleash a sea-launched nuclear strike against any target in the theater of war.